Well, Governor Jay Inslee is putting pressure right now on state lawmakers after they failed to come up with a permanent fix for Washington's drug possession law.
After they met with party leaders yesterday, Inslee tweeted there is hope a compromise will be reached soon.
We need a bill that will not decriminalize drugs. We need a bill that will have some criminal sanction so that people who won't get treatment have to get treatment. And we also have to make that treatment available. This ought to be achievable. I'm insisting on it. It is unacceptable for the legislature not to produce such a bill, and I'm talking to all four of the leadership in the next few hours so that job can get done, and I believe it will.
By not passing a new possession bill, lawmakers put pressure on cities to pass their own ordinances. Everett, meanwhile, is one of those cities discussing a solution right now, and that's where we find our Dan Griffin this morning. Hi, Dan.
Hey, good morning to you, Liz. Yeah, we've talked about this before. A lot of communities frustrated around our area with this drug use that's happening in public places, sidewalks, streets, and whatnot. Here in Everett, they're taking action to try to prevent that. They've been talking about it in city council, so council members are going to have a second reading of an ordinance that's been drafted here tonight. It changes the municipal code to create a new gross misdemeanor offense for knowingly using a controlled substance in a public place in Everett. There's an exception if state lawmakers were to enact a provision instead, but public places are said to include streets, sidewalks, bridges, plazas, parks, transit stations. Controlled substances are spelled out to include heroin, methamphetamine, fentanyl, and Xanax, though cannabis and cannabis products are excluded. The ordinance also allows enhanced fines and up to double the prison time if an offender is caught in a designated drug-free zone, such as a school or bus stop for schools. The enhancement could mean up to 180 days behind bars and a fine of up to $2,000. And city leaders have been grappling with what to do. They've been hopeful more action would come from Olympia, but take a listen to what the mayor said at the last council meeting on April 12th.
I can share that Marysville, Lake Stevens, Arlington, Linwood, I believe, and possibly Edmonds, there's a number of jurisdictions within the county that have passed this already, and it's already in effect in their communities. That can possibly have an impact on Everett, because if it's a misdemeanor in those communities but not in Everett, people then can choose to conduct those activities in Everett. And so I have some concerns of us not enacting something as well because of the possibility of that being pushed into our community.
So Kent is next on the list. The mayor says she will propose a similar public safety ordinance. The city was the first in Washington to ban public use of controlled substances, and now the mayor wants a city council to consider a new ordinance making possessing controlled substances a gross misdemeanor. The goal to get those arrested into treatment, removing the offense from their record, and avoiding jail. And again, Everett City Council members are going to be reading this for a second time. It's going to be happening tonight. That's at 6:30 here at Council Chambers. This is going to be the second again. The next is a third and final reading. That's going to be taking place on May 3rd. And again, that's going to be happening at 6:30 tonight. You can also stream it online. We're live in Everett. Dan Griffin, Fox 13 News.